Happy fall, y'all. Welcome to the pumpkin spice latte of public service announcements, the PSL of PSAs. It's a show I like to call 15 Minutes with Fuzz. I'm your host, Fuzz Martin, and it's my favorite time of the year. We'll get cooler temperatures soon, hopefully. We just got through Labor Day weekend. It's football season. School is back in session. My wife and I have our birthdays this month. It is a good month all around. If you ask anyone to name the most iconic buildings in Washington County, you'll likely hear Holy Hill, the Tower Heritage Center, and the iconic Bend Theater in downtown West Bend. This week, the Bend's executive director, Bill Buettner, and box office and events director, Megan Cox, join me to talk about the theater. We'll explore its history, renovation, the challenges it's overcome, and what to expect this fall and winter season. With that, here are 15 minutes on the Bend Theater with Bill Buettner and Megan Cox on 15 Minutes with Fuzz. Megan and Bill, first of all, I can't believe this is my, 87th episode, and this is the first time having the Bend on the air, which is crazy to me. So thank you for coming in.
It's our pleasure.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
We actually were going to do a interview with you earlier, but we had just gone through some staff changes, and Megan and I were both new on board, and we thought maybe we should get a little experience first before we come and chat with you. So.
I feel like you guys have good experience now, right?
Oh, yeah.
You guys been around a little bit. So since this is the first official episode talking about the Bend on the show, and we have people from throughout Washington County, not just in the West Bend area, but all the way, in the deep far corners of Hartford, no offense, Hartford, and other areas that may not be familiar with the Bend. Could you please give us a bit of history about the Bend Theater, when it was built, when it was first opened?
Sure. Megan, I'll take that one, okay? The theater was opened in 1929, and it was originally a vaudeville stage. Shortly after it opened, the Depression hit. So vaudeville kind of went by the wayside, and it pretty much just turned into a movie theater. So it served the community for almost 70 years as a movie theater. It went through different variations. In the 80s, they wanted to try to keep up with the multiplex theaters, and they divided it into 3 theaters. But then in 2006, it just pretty much shut down.
And then leading up to 2020, there was a movement to restore the theater, right?
Yes, we acquired the building in 2016. We went through about 2 years of like a marketing survey of what the community really wanted the theater to be. We also, of course, had to do fundraising. And then in 2018, the renovations kicked off, and we completed a $4.6 million renovation.
So, first of all, it's amazing, the work that went into that, just the sheer amount of fundraising work and the details that they put in. They made it, when you renovated it, it was to make it feel like the original, right?
Yes, it pretty much went back to how it looked in 1929 when it opened as that vaudeville theater. During the renovations, something unexpected happened. They were just going to paint it a overall color, but somebody had the idea of checking out what the original color schemes were, and they found these beautiful stencils. So the paint was pretty much taken off the walls layer by layer to come up with the original color scheme and the original stencil patterns. And that was all restored then back to that original look. So when you walk in there, you think you're back in 1929.
Yeah, it's amazing. And obviously you have introduced some more modern comforts to the to the old building. So it feels like the 1929 building, but you've got a great bar and the beautiful restrooms and all that. I mean, beautiful restrooms. That sounds like a
It's
really
funny, though. We get compliments all the time on how nice our restrooms are.
They're super nice. My brain was like, yeah, the restrooms are beautiful. But it has all the creature comforts and also feels like 1929.
Yeah, originally sat about 825 guests. During our renovation and during this marketing study that we did, people said they didn't want it to just be a theater. So we leveled off part of the floor and lost some seating. But doing that, we were able to have a spot now for the new handicap accessible bathrooms and of course the bar that we have. So now we can seat 330, which is like a perfect size for the different events that we put on, which Megan's going to talk about some of the things that the Bend does.
Sure, certainly. So the theater it's an awesome experience. You have great sound and such, but you have a mix of different types of performances and shows that happen. What do you guys feature?
Yeah, we do live comedy events. We do live music, concerts, tribute events, and we also have private rentals. We do still show those movies that more the classics today than we do like the movies that are coming up right,
Yeah.
in
They're
the
not new
theaters.
releases,
Not
but
new releases, but
they're
yeah.
your favorites.
Yes, exactly. So classic films. We have a screen that comes down, so that's really awesome. But yeah, you can host a private party if you decide you want to, have your bachelorette party or whatever it is. You can have a party at the Bend as well.
Yeah, corporate events, all those kind of things, and the setting's really great. And again, the sound is awesome. So it's one of those where you never leave disappointed whether you're there for a movie or for a show and such. You reopened after the renovation in 2020, and then obviously the pandemic hit,
Yes.
right?
Yeah, we always talk about when the theater originally opened. Shortly after it, there was a Great Depression. When we opened on March 20th of 2020,
Yep.
I think on the 21st, we closed for
It
about
was the literal next day.
next day. We had a sold-out crowd for the first event at the theater, and then we shut down after that.
And then we got through the bulk of the pandemic, and then West Bend is renovating Main Street. Now you're open, so it's not like closed, but kind of feel like that the third of the things come in threes, I think.
And hopefully that's it. No,
Yes.
we've actually done pretty well, even with the Main Street construction. We were selective on how many events we wanted to put on because summertime, there's so many activities that people can do. They don't necessarily want to be in a theater.
Mm-hmm.
So we had more like one big event a month and pretty well-known events. So we were able to have sellout crowds even through this construction.
Oh,
Yeah.
great.
We kind of knew what was, from working together for a year, we kind of had that like idea of what was seeming to be what the community wanted. So we were like, well, we'll plan that accordingly. We worked with our programming team and just kind of thought out some big hitter events that we kind of had a feeling we're going to do well through this process. And it still has been pretty successful throughout the summer with construction. So we'll take it.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's great. And that is a very good point. So you're coming into the fall and winter seasons. That's when you guys have a ton of different
that's
things
our,
going on, right?
what we call our busy season.
Sure,
So yeah.
sure. So that worked out pretty well for you guys in that way. And congrats on being able to pack it up during the construction and make sure that place is full.
The city has also been great to work with. We notify them ahead of time when we have a big event, and they'll just make sure that everything's kind of as good as it can be in front of the theater.
Sure.
Same with the contractors; they've been just great to work with.
And we also kind of feel that it's helping a lot of the downtown businesses by having those events too. So like we want to make sure like if people are coming out, we're telling them, hey, go to those restaurants, make a whole evening of it and just kind of really experience downtown because it's still open.
Yeah, that's a really great point. So the city has been great at, it seems, and they will never admit to the road work being done on time because it's like saying how great your baby sleeps. It'll eventually turn around and,
Right.
and you're just going to have a screaming baby all the time. So, but the road work seems to be going well. Their projected opening date is in October
27th.
Yeah.
And
27th.
all the weekly reports that come out indicate that it's on schedule.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So do you have anything planned for once that is open? Is there any sort of celebration you guys are doing or anything in that regard?
We're kind of tying it in with the tree lighting ceremony.
Yeah, so
Okay.
there's the tree lighting ceremony, and then the next day we're having yesterday and today Beatles experience, interactive experience. So those two kind of events are going to be kind of our big celebration weekend of everything going on in downtown West Bend.
Everything open. Everybody's ready to drive and park in all the new spots. And
Exactly.
I'm looking forward to that. As we come into the fall, obviously we talked about that becoming the start of your busy season. What kind of other events do you guys have on the docket for this fall season?
Yeah, so we have, in September, we have a lot of original artists. We have Moana, we have The Traveling Suitcase. If you are looking for a tribute act, we have The Fortunate Sons, which is a CCR, Creedence Clearwater Revival tribute band. That's going to be super awesome. Going into October, we will have October movies. We always do like horror movies or, different Halloween-based kind of films. We're working on that right now, but we also have Steely Dan coming back. They did incredible last time they were here. They have an awesome light show too, so that's a big, awesome one to come to if you
Cool.
like a light show. Yeah, lots of different stuff throughout, which then leads into our November, December, which kind of turns into our Christmas holiday season. So we have a lot of different Christmas shows coming, music artists that, have their own Christmas set that they like to go around, and do. So yeah, lots of different kind of fun stuff. Dan Rodriguez is coming back. We have Four Guys in Dinner Jackets, which is a 2-night event, kind of like a doo-wop-y kind of vibe. So yeah.
My in-laws are coming down. They live in Door County, and they're going to come down to the ABBA show. That you guys have going on. So they're very much looking forward to that. We saw the Bee Gees down at like the Pabst or something, and then they always have ABBA playing when we go to their house. So we saw that you guys had that on sale. And I don't know if it's sold out or not yet, but
it's very close. We have 2 nights of that show this year. We did bring Dancing Queen last year, and they sold out really fast. And so we were like, let's bring 2 nights. And right now, I would say night 2, our Saturday night show, that one is pretty much at capacity, almost at capacity at least. And there's probably less than 100 tickets left for Friday night. So if you want tickets, that's definitely a now kind of buy. So
excellent. Yeah, they're super looking forward to it. We're looking forward to it as well. But they're like, this is our jam. If somebody's looking to purchase tickets, what's the best way for them to do so?
Through our website, thebendwi.org. That's a great place to start if you're looking for anything that's coming up, just wanting to check it out. There's a event tab. You click on that, and then you end up going down and click on the event you want, and then there's a little button that says get tickets. It directs you right to that ticketing link, and you can purchase tickets from there. But liking us on Facebook, our Instagram, those are also great ways to see what's coming up, and there's usually links there as well. So
certainly. So let me ask both of you, what you've obviously both have seen many shows at the Bend. What were some of your favorites?
I know Bill's. His is Whiskey Bells for sure.
Whiskey Bells. Yeah. Oh, they do a great job. Yeah. Just 3 gals, just delightful people with beautiful harmonies. They do a really fun show. But I think last year I really was, I really enjoyed the holidays.
Yeah, the holidays. There's just something magical about bringing a bunch of people together and celebrating the holidays together with them.
Yeah.
But for me, I definitely loved the boy band night because the audience was a totally different vibe. Everyone in that theater was standing and dancing, and I just love having that many people having so much fun. So that's what I really enjoy.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Let's see. I've been on stage probably more than I've been there to actually watch because I end up whenever
emceeing everything.
Yeah, I get asked to MC stuff. I think Guitars for Vets, I believe, is coming up, right? Yep. And then obviously the Volunteer Centers event that they had last year and the year before. So
you do a great job.
Thank you. I have fun. And again, it's you guys make it easy while we're there, and your sound team is great. So for those who want to support the Bend, what are some ways that they can contribute? Because I don't think we talked about it, but the Bend is a nonprofit, right? It's a 501c3.
Yes.
So if people want to contribute either financially or non-financially, how can they help out?
Well, we very much appreciate our volunteers. We have a great volunteer force. To become a volunteer, you can go on our website, thebendwi.org, and there's a Get Involved tab, and you can sign up for orientation, which is basically 15 minutes of showing exits and some of the duties that the volunteers do.
A good time for questions.
Then you can sign up for volunteer opportunities right after that. But we have probably 20 or so volunteers that just do a fantastic job. But we can always use more.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Yeah, and we like to kind of do fun stuff for our volunteers. We just had a volunteer appreciation event where we had everyone come and had a movie night with our volunteers, and then we like to have, different incentives and stuff. You volunteer a certain amount of times, you get, some tickets where you don't actually have to sit and work at part of the event. You can actually just hang out and bring your buddy or your husband or your wife or whatever, and just have a good time. So, and then another great way to help support the Bend is if you are interested in volunteering, that's great. But if you also want to donate, we're always accepting donations to continue to bring really wonderful things to the downtown area and make a difference in our community.
Great. Perfect. Any exciting plans or projects that are coming up for the Bend?
Well, it's not officially announced yet, but Taylor Swift Dance Party, we're going to bring that. So that I'm excited about that one, but that's just a me thing. But no, we have a second year that we're going to be doing a Santa meet and greet, which is just a really, really great opportunity to kind of get your kids out and I don't know. It's honestly magical. So
Awesome.
Yeah, we showed the movie. I think it was Polar Express, and then Megan and I went in front of. Well, it was sold out. It was a packed audience. So Megan and I went in front of the guests, and we started singing a Christmas song.
Yeah.
And while we were singing, the screen lifted, and here we had Santa and an elf on stage, so that the kids could all come up and have pictures taken and do
awesome.
a meet and greet. And it was to hear that excitement in the kids' voices when that screen raised and they saw Santa sitting on the red sled with the elf behind him. It was just unbelievable experience.
Oh, that's cool.
And we're also finishing off the year with a 1929 themed New Year's Eve bash. So
Cool.
that's also going to be a really big fun celebration day for us, and
Awesome.
highly recommend coming out.
Perfect. Well, again, thebendwdi.org has all the tickets for things, and follow you guys on social, on Facebook, Instagram.
Yep.
The two main
Those are the
places.
two main ones. Yeah.
And well, we appreciate it. And congrats to both of you for weathering. Obviously, you didn't weather the Great Depression, but COVID and now road construction. I wish you guys a successful fall and Christmas season. You guys are welcome to come back on, and we'll talk more about the Bend and your shows coming up later on. Okay.
Awesome.
you,
Sounds
Fuzz.
great. Thank you.
I'm sure we'll see you on stage.
Absolutely.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you again to Bill Buettner and Megan Cox of the Bend Theater for joining me on this week's episode of 15 Minutes with Fuzz. The Bend is such a great venue, and I hope that you'll catch a show or two as we head into the end of the year. By the way, at the start of the show, I said it was my 87th episode. That was only kind of sort of true. It was actually my 84th. 3 of those episodes were trailers, so I don't count those. This one was 84. On the 85th, we'll be speaking with Village Administrator Jen Keller of the Village of Jackson. And if you have an idea for a subject or guest for this show, type fuzz.cc/guest into your browser, and you can fill out the form from there. fuzz.cc/guest. All the episodes are available online at 15withfuzz.com. Be sure to click the follow button in your favorite podcast player, and I'll talk to you next Tuesday here on 15 Minutes with Fuzz.